Hey, welcome to the last hand. We're playing some Slay the Spire. Um, Quick couple of disclaimers. I've played a fair amount of Slay the Spire on the video game. I've only played about 2 or 3 rounds of Slay the Spire in the board game format. Never played the silent. I'm looking forward to playing the silent. But we might get a few things wrong. This is also the first playthrough on the channel, so if I do get things wrong, please let me know in the comments and we'll put those right for next time. If you don't know, Slay the Spire is a video game adaptation to board game, and they've done a fantastic job with it. You can see the main board here. This is our maneuvering that we're going to take. We're going to be picking various encounters depending on the path we choose to weave our way up this board, and when we get here, we're going to fight an elite enemy, a big boss. We don't know who that is. We're going to roll a die to find out who that is. You can see this one's got 1 and 2 on, 3 and 4, and this one over here has 5 and 6. So we're going to roll this die and see who we end up with. It's a 6. So we're going to be playing this one here. Okay, let's put these out of the way. Now let's talk a little bit about how the game works. We start with a hand of cards. You can see they've all got grey borders. You'll see there's pretty basic cards in here. There's strikes, there's a survivor, there's defend, which give us block. There's a neutralize, which impacts the enemies a little bit, but it's all very, very standard. So that's our starting hand. You'll notice up here we've got some cards that have enemy pictures on. They equal or match some of these routes that we're going to be taking. So you can see here, this is summons, this is elite bosses. You can see these dotted around. These are standard encounters, and these are events or encounters that we're going to come across. We also start with this relic. If we roll a 5 or a 6, we get a shield. A 4 or 5, we get a shield. If we roll a 6, that's going to trigger us being able to trigger any relic that we have. At the moment, we only have the 1. We have the 1 because we're starting solo. We also have 2 coins, again, because we're starting solo. And then we have our player board. We always start with 3 energy unless we have anything that increases or decreases that. We always start with 0 block, and we start with 9 health. That's going to be persistent all the way through this act. If we get to the end of the act and we win, we'll start again on full health the following act. Just to talk about the silent, a couple more things. We have poison. We might not have any ways to get poison out just yet, but if we do, when we apply a poison, the enemy's going to take 1 damage at the end of our turn for every single one of these tokens. We also have these things, which are shivs. Essentially, they're the equivalent of playing a strike card, but we don't have to spend the energy on it. So it's going to do 1 damage unless there's other things that impact the enemy. We can save these up. We lose them at the end of a fight, but we can save these up to do damage. There is a little reminder just here on the bottom board here that tells us that. A couple of other things. We would normally be starting with our character here, but just to keep everything on the camera, we're putting and playing on this 3rd spot. And as you can see, there's 4 spots. It's a multiplayer game if you want to play it that way. I have to say my experience with it has been really good. Last few things, we have some potions. We can only have 3 of these unless we find a way of holding more. We have some relics. We get those at certain points in time for killing bosses, for rewards, and we have some boss relics, which are powerful relics. The other thing we have is this deck of cards here. These are the upgrade cards. You'll see these, some have blue borders, some are grey borders. These are rewards that we'll get as we go. Equally, if we take one of these out at some points in time, we'll be able to upgrade these cards. Just makes them a little bit more powerful. So getting those cards into our deck is obviously important. And then last but not least, we have these cards here, which are our rare reward cards. If we get those, they're powerful effects that could impact us. We're going to start the game. We've rolled the dice. We've chosen our boss. We next get a Meow's Blessing. So I'm just going to shuffle these. Meow is the three-eyed whale, I guess, is what Meow is. I'm not 100% sure. But Meow gives us a blessing. So we're going to take that. We can put these out of the way because we don't need those again. We only get this to begin with. You can see here the first reward in red we get. So we're going to get 3 coins. So 1, 2, 3. We can put those over here. And we get an upgrade. So we're going to take the top 3 cards. I'll read these to you if you can't see them. We're going to take these top 3 cards and we're going to go through from here. Hi, Tony. Not entirely sure why the camera went off, but sorry about that. I do apologise. Right. Okay. Let's have a little look at what we've got going on over here. So we have 3 cards to choose from. Might not be able to see this one because they're all having to be sleeved, which means there's a fair amount of glare. Escape plan. Draw 1 card. If you draw a skill, gain a shield. So that could be pretty useful. We have dagger throw. 2 damage. Draw 1 card. Discard 1 card. It's a way of start turning over cards in our hand. And then we've got this, which is apply vulnerable. Vulnerable means your next attack does double damage and then exhaust this card. I'm not sure what's good for us. I think I'm going to take Terror. The only problem with Terror is that at this moment in time, we're hitting very weak. So at most, our damage is going to be 2. And that's going to cost us 2 to do. So it's not really that valid. I'm going to take Dagger Throw, I think. Fine. And we'll put these out of the way over here. These are our discarded ones. Actually, we'll put them at the bottom of this deck. Okay. So then we pick up our standard cards. We put this into our deck over here. So we've got one reward. But then over here, you'll see choose one of the options below. We can remove a card. We can transform a card, which means upgrade it. We can transform 2 cards and lose HP. What does this upgrade to? So if we take this card out and flip it over, we can see what it upgrades to. It's a 1-cost card. It does 3 damage. Draw 1 card and discard 1 card. You know what? Let's upgrade this one. It's a starting point. Normally, I'd be thinking about removing cards, but I think it makes sense to upgrade this from the get-go. That is us ready to go. So we can remove Meow's Blessing. That's everything we needed to do over here. And then we have to choose one of these first 4 encounters because our little boot here is going to make its way up these tracks. The first beginning spot is this one here, which is a standard encounter, but you can see these cards are first encounters. So we're just going to choose one at random. Let's take this one. This is the Jawworm. Jawworm is quite powerful. Let's just talk through an enemy's card. There's a few things that happen. First things first, you can see the health track along the right-hand side. We're going to put a little cube on here. The Jawworm has 8 health. Next up, we've got the numbers. You can see those in the middle here, the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to roll the dice at the start of combat or at the start of each round of combat. It's going to denote what the enemy does from the result. So if we get a 1 or 2, it's going to block for 2 and get strengthened. Strengthen means every time you attack, you add 1 to your damage. If it gets a 3 or 4, it's going to hit for 2 and get shield. And if it gets a 5 or 6, it's going to hit for 3, which is pretty powerful. I'm going to put this little cube here. We'll use that just to mark the results we got. Let's roll the die. We got a 3. So the Jawworm is going to hit us for 2 and block for 1 when it's his turn. But we go first. One thing I don't think I mentioned is we have a starting relic down here. So this is a relic that we get for being solo. Every character has their own relic. In this instance, we get to draw an extra 2 cards. You draw 5 cards in any normal round, but we get 7, obviously. There is our 7 cards. Let's pick it up and see what we've got. We have a defend, which gives us just 1 block. Let's see if we've got any more of those. We do. We have 3 defends. We have a survivor, which is going to give us 2 block and discard 1 card. We have a neutralize, which is going to do damage and make them weak. And then we have 2 strikes, which do 1 damage each. Additionally, just to talk about this, you'll see that each card has a little number in the top corner. This is the amount of energy it's going to cost to use it. So what we know at this moment in time is that the Jawworm is going to try and hit us for 2 and block. If we play neutralize for 0, we can put the weak token over here. I'm not sure if it's frail or weak, I can never really remember. But essentially it just means the next damage does -1 damage. So where they're hitting us for 2, they're now hitting us for 1. We don't need to play that, but it's quite nice to play. We're going to lose all of the cards from our hand anyway at the end of the round, so doesn't really matter too much. We can play this defend, which gives us 1 block. We're now blocking all of their attack, and that costs us 1 energy. And then we're going to play our 2 strikes, which is 2 energy, and that is going to hit for 2 on the Jawworm. There we go. So it's down to 6. We discard every single one of the cards in our hand. That's all of them going in a discard pile over here. We didn't trigger anything from our relic. We just need to keep an eye on that. It's now the Jawworm's turn. So obviously it's hitting us for 1 because of the frail token over here. It's going to hit us for 1 damage. We use our block to block it. We go back to the start of this, but the Jawworm gets 1 block. Now we've got to do extra damage to get past that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have to take our discarded cards, shuffle them and draw 1 extra card. There we go, and let's have a little look at what we've got this time. I'll stop showing the cards once we all get to grips with what they're called, but we've got strike, we've got another strike and another strike. We have a defend, and we have 2 more defends, and then we have our upgraded dagger throw, which is going to do 3 damage and draw a card and discard a card. So a nice little mix. We need to roll the die. We got a 4, so again hitting us for 2 and shielding for 1. We, however, do start with 1 block because that's the number that we need for that. So that's quite nice. So let's have a little look at what we're doing here. We need to block for 2. So we just need 1 more block from here. So let's start on that one, shall we? Let's play a block. Get us up to 2. That is 1 energy used. Then let's use our dagger throw. That's going to hit for 3. 1, 2, 3, down to 3 health. We get to draw 1 card. These should be over here. We get to draw 1 card, which is a survivor. It's going to give us some block, not really what we needed. And we get to discard a card. We don't need one of these defends over here, so that's fine. Okay, I think we're ready. We should have done 1 less damage and got rid of the block. Okay, let's do a strike, which is another 1 damage. So these are all 3 of our cards, and that does 1 damage over there. Perfect. That's all of our cards used over here. We can now do the Jawworm's attack. It's going to hit us for 2. We block 2, and it's going to get itself another block. Okay. Now we can draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's shuffle these up. 6, 7. Perfect. What have we got? We could do with the big hitter again, really. Let's roll the die and see what we're going to get. We got a 1. Whoops, I think that was on 3. I'm going to put it on 4 because I can't remember. That's the problem with rolling dice, right? So what have we got? We've got a couple of defends that we don't necessarily need to play. We got a 1, so it's strengthening and blocking for 2. We've got 1 shield to get through, and we're going to save 4 damage. So let's, from the get-go, we've got a couple of shields and some attacks. We did get our dagger throw again, so let's do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, minus 1 shield. Whoopsie. That puts us down to 2. I do have another strike, so that's down to 1. And I have 1 final strike, which is also down to 1. Obviously, that would have been our 3 energy, down to 0. We don't need to use anything else. The Jawworm is dead. We survived pretty easily. Luckily for us, it wasn't doing a huge amount of damage during those turns. Now, the good news is when we kill an enemy, we get the rewards over here. These are only on the main enemy cards. You don't get them on summon cards. I'm sure we'll see those in a second, but you can see first one is 1 coin. The next one is 1 potion, which is the explosive potion. Sorry, you won't be able to see it there. Deal 2 damage to any row. So if we get multiple enemies in this row, we can do 2 damage to all of them. I'm just going to plonk this over here for now. And we get an upgrade reward. So let's have a little look at what we get. These are our upgrades. We have Slice, 1 damage plus 1 if you have a Shiv. We don't. We'd have no way of getting them at the moment. Dodge and roll, 1 block plus 1 block, so 2 block. Each block can go to any player, so nice if we're doing it, but it's better than a standard block. 1 energy for that as well. And then 1 acrobatics, draw 3 cards, discard 1. Another nice way of getting through our hand. I think I'm going to take this, just because we've got a number of ways of drawing and discarding cards. If we can find some things that work with that, we might be in a nice little place. Okay, Jawworm is dead. We can put you over here, and we can put these out of the way because we don't need them. And we're ready to delve into the next round. So we need to choose where we're going. Doesn't really matter, they're all the same. However, we should be thinking about where we want to go in the long term. I wonder if we're good going this way and then getting to this elite and then navigating our way from here. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go up to this. We get an encounter. The library. You come across an old abandoned library. You find countless rows of scrolls and manuscripts and books. Gain a card upgrade. Look at 5 cards instead of 3. That's if we read it. If we sleep, we heal 3 HP. Now, we want card upgrades, right? So let's get 5 of these across the board here and have a little look at each one. It's a nice way to get something good. There's the golden ticket. It doesn't really matter what we're going to do. We are taking the golden ticket. Golden ticket can't be added to your deck. When you reveal the golden ticket, reveal a card from your rare deck. So we are going to shuffle these. These are our rare deck cards. And we will take this one instead. Okay, what have we got? So we have the golden ticket can go back at the bottom of this. And then we have acrobatics, draw 3 cards and discard 1. We have backflip, 1 block and draw 2 cards. We have sneaky strike, 3 damage if you discarded a card this turn, gain 2 energy. If we didn't have anything else, I think that would be really nice. We have unload, 2 damage. Use all of your shivs now. They each deal +1 damage. Each shiv is a separate attack. We don't have any shivs, but sounds like it's worthwhile going for that. And then we have slice, 1 damage for each shiv you have. Now, this is doing 2 damage regardless of whether we have it or not, so we're obviously going to take this one. It's probably not. We need to find a way of getting shivs in our hand, but that is us done. We can put you over here at the bottom of this deck. Oh, we can put you over here at the bottom of this deck, and then we move on. So next up, we have an encounter. Let's see who this encounter is going to be. Let's pick this up. We have the Red Slaver. Isn't summoning anyone. If we kill them, we get 1 coin and 1 reward. Hopefully that reward will have a shiv in it. And as you can see here, again with the dice. So if we roll this die, we've got a 5. A 5 means that the Slaver is doing 3 damage, ouchie, and they have 10 health. Also means we get 1 block straight off the bat because of our loaded die. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a little look at what we've got, shall we? We've got a neutralize, which is going to help them do less damage. We got our unload, we got a couple of defends. Got our unload, which is doing 2 damage right now, nothing else. Got our acrobatics, a strike, and a defend again. So let's get into it and see what we're going to do. Okay, well, I think it makes sense to play neutralize straight off the bat. So instead of doing 3 damage, they're doing 2 damage. I don't think there's any harm in us doing unload, which is doing our most amount of damage we can. So that's 1, 2 for that. We don't have any shivs, so we can't use them. And they are going to hit us for 1, so I think it makes sense for us to throw out another defend there, because we can just mitigate all of that damage we might well take. So that's that done. We get to discard all of our cards. That was, I haven't tried. Oh no, we got one more go, right? Because the first card was a 0 cost, so we can do one other thing. We have got all of the block we need. I guess it makes sense for us to do just another straight up strike. So that's one more damage. That's all of our thing. We need to be aware of our energy. I need to keep track of it. Let's put that back up there. We have ended our turn. Slaver is going to hit us for 3. It's actually 2 because of this, and therefore our 2 block deals with it. It's back to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. What have we got this time? We've got dagger throw. We've got a couple of 4 strikes, and we've got 1 defend and 1 survivor. I think we're going to be okay. We got a 5, so hitting us for 3 again. We get 1 shield straight off the bat again. We can play our survivor, which is going to give us 2 block, which gets us up to where we need to be. We do need to discard a card. I'm going to discard a strike over here. Then we're going to play our dagger throw, which is 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. They're down to 4. Does cost us another energy, so we're down to 1. We get to draw 1 card and then discard 1 card. We'll get rid of that. It was a straight up block. And then we're going to play a plain old strike down to 0, down to 3. That is us done. We can put all of our cards over here. We're going to have to reshuffle everything to get back in the game. But then 3 damage for us. We've got 3 block. We mitigate all of it. We've been pretty lucky. There's a couple of things on these cards that could cause us problems. One thing that's on here that we haven't spoken about is this. I didn't get them out of the box, actually. I need to get those. They are curses. They start to gum up your... Not curses, sorry. They are sort of debuffs that gum up your deck or cause you damage at the end of the turn if you've got a card in your hand. So we need to get those out and deal with those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be pretty straightforward for us to kill. We need to do 3 damage. So we've got a strike, and guess what? We have a strike. That is enough for us to do the 1, 2, 3 damage we needed. Don't need to worry about anything else. Let's pick these up. The slaver is dead. Let's get these over here. We get 1 coin. There we go. And we get a card upgrade. Let's have a little look at what we've got. We've got deflect. And we've got calculated gamble. 1 block plus 1 block if you have a Shiv. Lots of ways of using Shivs, no ways of getting them right now. Discard your hand, then draw that many cards and exhaust. So if we get a set of cards that just don't help us, we can turn them around. I'm going to take, well, you know what, we're going for the Shiv build, right? Let's take this. It's also a free card. They were all free, actually, interestingly, but let's take these, get these at the bottom of this. Let's put this back straight again. And then let's get rid of the red slaver out of here. We'll go from there. Perfect. And I'm going to put a quick cart in. We're just going to grab those other items just so we can make sure we got them if we need them. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I've picked up the curse deck. We take a random one of these. The status deck. If you put this in your discard pile, play for energy to exhaust is the top half of this card. Put this in your discard pile. Unplayable, end of turn, take 1 damage if this is in your hand. And then we've got these, which basically go on the top of your draw pile, and they just gum up your deck. Okay, let's move on. So we've got a choice to make. I think we're going to go this way. So we're going to go to another encounter. Let's see what we've got this time. We have big fish. Objects float before you. Which do you choose? We could choose a banana. It looks like a piece of chocolate, or a box, sorry, and a donut. Each player chooses a different option. So if you had a banana would heal us 2 HP. We don't need to worry about that. Donut would upgrade a starter strike. Box would give us a relic and a curse. And restraint would remove a starter strike. I am going to remove from the game a starter strike. Just means that we're going to get those more powerful cards more frequently. We could have got a relic. I could have shown you what relics look like and gone from there, but we'll get one soon enough, I'm sure. So that's us here. We're now going to a campsite. When we're at a campsite, get 2 options. We can upgrade a card, or we can heal for 3 HP. We don't need to heal, so we can have a little look at what we're upgrading. If we're upgrading unload, again, doesn't really help us much for now. Each Shiv does 2 damage. Feels like it could be huge to upgrade that, but right now we don't really have anything for it. Let's have a look at our dagger throw is already upgraded, so we don't need to worry about that one. Deflect again would be really useful if we had Shivs, but it is 0 cost for 2 block, which could be huge. So we'll keep that one in mind. Then we got basic strikes. Neutralize. Neutralize does 2 damage, so again a way of getting more damage out there would be nice. Acrobatics probably allows us just to discard and draw more cards. Draw 4 cards, discard 1. So pretty nice for that one as well. There's some more defends and strikes, and that's it. I think I'm going to go deflect, you know, for the time being. It's just a better way of getting some block out, and we can deal with the damage for now. It would be nice to find some Shivs from somewhere, maybe from the epic encounter that we are, elite encounter that we are about to take on. Here we go. We take the elite. Who have we got? We have the Gremlin Nob. Now, this enemy is a little bit different. First things first, they start with a cube in their little area. Just means that they're going to do something first. But they also have a health tracker all of their own, because they're slightly higher than the 10 that we normally see. You can see 14, 25, 43, etc. This has 14 health to begin with, so a little bit more powerful than what we're used to. Now, a couple of other icons we haven't seen. First off, it's going to get enraged on the first turn. Enrage, after you play a skill, you take 1 damage. So any of our cards that say skill, usually blocks, we're going to get 1 damage. Then we have 3 damage to every enemy. Now there's only us, but obviously that would be a 3 damage to anyone in the row. And then it's going to go back to enraged. So I'm not sure if it does that once, and then I think it might just keep hitting us. I think that's the way it plays, rather than, because it doesn't need to get enraged every turn. I think it just enrages once and then starts pummeling us for free every go. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong with that. If I am, let me know. Right, let's get our 7 cards. Let's get our 3 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's roll the die. We got a 5, which gives us 1 block straight off the bat. And we've got a free go to really start pummeling them as best we can. What do we get? We just got a load of strikes. That is really disappointing. Have we got any way? No, we got no way of drawing a card. Well, that is disappointing. Well, I guess we're going to do 3 attacks, right? There's nothing else in here that's useful. There's no... Oh, we can do 4 because you're a 0 cost card. So that's 4 damage. You are down to 0 to 10, right? Perfect. Okay. These will go over here. You are now enraged. Right, from this turn, you're going to hit us for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a little look at what we've got. We have a defend, we have acrobatics, we have deflect. It's going to give us some shield, but it is a skill. So we're going to take some damage. In fact, pretty much everything in my hand is a skill. The only thing that's not a skill is that. Interesting. Okay, so we want to make sure that the skills we're playing are the best skills we've got. Okay, well, look, let's start with this. We're going to do 3 damage. It's not a skill. 1, 2, 3. You're down to 7 hit points. We draw 1 card. We only have 1 card. It's over here, which is unload. And we discard a card, which I'm just going to get rid of a standard defend. Okay, so we have unload, which does 2 more damage. I mean, it makes sense. It's a normal attack again. It makes sense for us to play that. 1, 2, you're down to 5 hit points. Now, you're going to hit us for free. If I play deflect, that's going to give us 1 block. So we've already got 1 block from the 5 that we rolled. Was that this turn or was it last turn? I'm going to re-roll this because I can't remember. We got 5 anyway, so that's 1 block for us. So currently hitting us for 3. If we play the deflect, that's going to give us 2 block, but we are going to take 1 damage straight away. So it's better to do it, right? So we play this, which is 1, 2 block, but we take 1 damage. But now we've got the maximum number of block. There's no point me playing anything else because they're all skill cards. And if I play them, we're going to take a damage. So that's us. We do that. We've taken our 1 damage. You're going to hit us for 3. We've got 3 block. Fantastic. That gets us back up here. Let's put all these cards here and we can shuffle them all and draw 7 cards. We just need a couple of good turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. What have we got? We have skills. I'm just going to put the skills down here. Oh, gold. We've got a lot of skills. Okay, well, look. First things first, let's play a neutralize, which good for us is an attack. So we're going to do 1 more damage, and then you're hitting us for 2, not 3, which is good news. Everything else in my hand apart from this strike is a skill. So you're down to 3 hit points. I've got no way of killing you this turn. Everything I do would be a skill. Did I roll? I don't think I rolled the die. Let's just do that. It's a 1. Doesn't help me in any way. Now I could play a skill to draw 3 cards, but I don't think that's going to help me because then if I don't get anything, I still take damage. I can play... I don't know if there's any difference in doing this. I'm going to play this. We take 1 damage, we get 2 block. I think it works out the same. That's the end of our go. We've got 1 more energy, but there's no point in me using it. We've already taken our damage. We've got this on you, so you're only hitting us for 2. We have 2 block. If we'd have taken extra 1 damage, I think we'd have been screwed. Right, I don't know if I shuffled these. I think these are my draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I'm going to turn these up so I know that these have been used rather than keep putting my draw cards over there. Right, the good news is we've got some strikes. How much? We need to do 4 damage. Oh no, that's fine. So we've got our 3 energy. We'll use this for 1, 2, 3. And we'll use a strike to get you to 0. That is you dead. Okay. That was our first elite. We took 2 damage. The only way we can heal is going to a rest site or an encounter that gives us some heal. We can get rid of this out of the way. We can take this off here. And then we get some rewards. So the first thing we get is 2 coins. There we go. The next thing we get is 1 of these. I think we just get the top one, I think from memory. Let me just check that. I can't remember if we get the top one or if we have to roll. Rewards, relic. Draw a card from the relic deck. You may gain that relic or skip it. So we just get the top one. So here we go. This is our first proper relic. So this is the mummified hand. Once per combat, gain 2 energy if you played a power this turn. We have no powers, unfortunately. Then we get an upgrade card. So what have we got here? We've got Blade Dance. Here we go. And we've got one of the Ironclads upgrade cards, and we have Dagger Spray. So I mean, there's no choice here really. Although I was going to say there's no choice because this is giving us 2 shivs. However, Infinite Blades is a power, and at the start of every turn, we're going to get a shiv. So the question is, do we want this and get 2, or do we want this power, which also means we can do this? I think we're going to have to take that one because it means that the mummified hand might actually become useful. Okay, that is us done. Let's shuffle these up a little bit. Let's put the old Gremlin Nob out of the way. You can go at the bottom of this deck. And now we go this way and we end up at another relic. What do we get this time? We get the Vajra. If I roll a 2, gain strength, lose strength at the end of the turn. Not bad. So you can see we're starting to get more powerful as we go. That's all that happens, a rest, or sorry, a treasure place. We then go to another encounter or to an elite. I mean, it feels like... The problem is if we go this way, we cannot rest again until up here, which means we have an encounter and then a fight and then another encounter. If we go this way, we've got an encounter, then we can rest, then we can take on the elite. Let's go this way. The only thing we're missing from all of this is a shop. But let's go this way. We've got an encounter. What have we got? We've got the sneaky gremlin, and the sneaky gremlin summons 3 random gremlins. If we're playing solo, he only summons 2 because he's being nice. So in here, we will find some gremlin cards. We didn't find any gremlin cards. I think the gremlin cards, because I've played encounter 2 and 3, they might be in there. Bear with me 1 second, and let me just draw those out. Okay, they might be in here. If not, I might have to put you on hold and go and find them. Maybe they're in here. Maybe we just got them mixed up. Let's have a little look. Here we go. There's our gremlins. Perfect. Okay, let's get this back up here. That was me being an idiot. Right. So the reason we know these are gremlin cards is because they've got these little gremlin icons at the top here. We need to choose 2 at random. So here we go. We'll take this one, which is a fat gremlin, and we'll take this one, which is a sneaky gremlin. We've got 2 sneaky gremlins and 1 fat gremlin to deal with. They all have some hit points. They're not particularly strong, but they might be worth using a potion on just to get rid of them. And then the fat gremlin has 3. Okay, that's us ready to go. Let's roll the die. We got a 4, which immediately gives us 1 block. We are taking 5 damage if we do nothing this turn. Let's shuffle our cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. What have we got? We have deflect, which gives us some block. We have a strike, another strike. We've got infinite blades, which we do want to be playing. And I think then we've got some defense. So let's start with a power, just to show you how this works. We probably should think about our turn a little bit more, but I just want to show you how these do work. So we're playing a power. That means, can't see it here, but that means we're going to be putting this in our play area. It's going to stay there through the whole of combat, and at the start of every round, every turn, we're going to get Shiv, which is important. The problem is we also pulled unload, so we're going to have to wait for that to come round. We need to think about getting some block out, so I'm going to play deflect, which is a 0 cost card, so we're down to 2. 0 cost card. This is going to give us 2 blocks, so we're up to 3 block. If we had a Shiv, we'd get an extra block. We don't. So that one can go over here. And I think we're going to put out another defend. Takes us down to that and gives us 4 block. And we don't have anything. Well, we do. We can play our unload, which does 2 damage. 1, 2. We didn't need to play all of that block in the end. But that kills you, sneaky gremlin. We'll just turn you over. And then we take the damage. So we've got 4 block. We don't need 4 block. We're only getting 3 damage. So we do lose all of our block and go back down to 0. But that is that. Now, at the start of our turn, you get a Shiv. Now, if you remember, we can use a Shiv as an attack. It says it just at the bottom here, as a 1 damage attack. Or we might have other things that can help with that. Oh, I think I've been doing this wrong. This is at the start of combat. I don't get 7 cards every turn. You guys will have been shouting at me so much. I wondered why it was so easy. This is a one-time thing rather than an every-time thing. So it's me being an idiot. I'm so sorry. We got a 2, which does mean we gain some strength. We probably would have taken a bit more damage after all of these, but so be it. This is nice because we should be able to kill these things. Let's play our dagger throw, which does 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. That's the fat gremlin dead. We get to draw a card and then discard a card, and then we can do a strike which again, we could have done this the other way because we had strength. We do a strike, which kills the, which does 1 damage to you, and we do another strike, which takes us down to 0 and kills off the sneaky gremlin. I am so sorry that we've got that wrong. We'll put it right from this point going forward. And as I said, we're likely to find that there's a few things I get wrong, so I apologise in advance. Okay, so we'll make sure we get that bit right. The Shiv goes away because it's done. We get some rewards. We get 1 coin. We get 1 potion. So this time we've got a fire potion. Just going to tuck these out of the way. We've got a fire potion and a potion that does any damage to 2 damage to any row. And that means we can move these along a little bit. And we get a card reward. So let's have a little look at what we've got. Oh, this is starting to get nice. We have a dagger throw, which does 2 damage, discard 1 card. We've already got one of those. We've got blade dance, which is going to give us 2 shivs. And we have a bouncing flask, which is going to put some poison on the enemy. I know we're going Shiv build, right? Ultimately, we're going Shiv build. As much as I want to put poison on things, and it's more important as the time goes on, we're going to take blade dance. This is a 2-cost card. We're trying to keep everything fairly cheap in our hands, so we'll do that. We'll put that down here, and we can put you over here underneath this block, and you guys can go on top over there. Right. Okay, we are off to a rest site. We're gonna upgrade a card. I think we possibly should heal, but we're gonna have another chance to heal as we go. Infinite Blade. What happens when you level it up? With the start of our turn, we get 2 shivs. Let's take that. Let's take that. It could be really important because we know we've got things that do shivs in here. And unload all of your shivs now. Use all of your shivs now. They deal an extra damage. So yeah, that's 4 damage just from using it. Okay, that's us upgraded. We're off to another elite. Who have we got this time? We have the Lagavulin. So first turn, it's doing nothing. It's asleep. Just a sleepy little boy. But then it's going to start pummeling us. So let's get these out. Let's get this. We're on 22 health. Much harder than the Gremlin Nob. That sounds wrong. Okay. So first time round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the only time we do that. One thing is if we don't get our power card from the get-go, it's a whole turn where we have to wait for it, which is a bit unfortunate. And that's exactly what's happened. We don't have it. We do have the unload, which is a bit painful, but is what it is. Okay, let's get the dice rolled. We got a 5, which gives us a shield. So we're on free energy. It gets us a shield. We don't need it. Don't have any way to draw cards, unfortunately. We also got the other card that does thing for our block. Doesn't help us here either. We're just going to start pummeling, I think. So we did 2 damage. 1, 2. We did another 1 damage, so you go down to 19. So that puts us on 2. And then we've got 1 more, so that puts you on 18. That is us done for that hand. Okay, you can go over here out of the way. You're doing nothing, but then you come down here and you're going to hit us for 4. You can see the last action, pretty rough for us, as it turns out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have some potions we can use if we need them. I'd really like to save them for the boss, but we do have some. Okay, well look, we've got our first skill, so we're up to 3. We can use this. Let's roll the die, just in case. We got a 3. That means nothing to us. We do get 2 shivs. There we go. So you're hitting us for 4, and I've got no real way to defend. We've used 1 energy. I'm going to put this out for 2 block and discard a card. We're going to get rid of a strike. So that's down to 1 energy. And then all I've got in my hand are attacks. This is why it was so much easier with 7 cards, because I had extra block when I needed it. Right, we're going to pay this, which is 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. We get to draw 1 card and then discard 1 card. We'll discard this. We're down to 0, but we've got a 0 cost card that we just drew, which is another 1 energy and a weaken. Perfect. Just what we wanted. So that's us done. That's our cards over here out the way. We could put some shivs out there, but it's not the way to go right now, I don't think. There's nothing else here that we can do. We haven't played a power, so we don't get any strength. When we get that strength, it's likely that we'll use the shivs because they're going to do 3 damage. If we have the extra card in there, it'll be good. We could do 2 damage to extra any row. It doesn't feel like it's worth it. 4 damage doesn't feel like it. However, you're hitting us for 4. We've got 2 block, and you have 1 weaken, so you're actually hitting us for 3. So that means we take 1 damage. Oof. Okay. There's 4 cards. We just need 1 extra. So we should be getting our power over here in this hand. And there's the 5th card. Okay, we have 3 energy. We have our infinite blades, which gives us 2 shivs at the start of a turn. But because we've done this, that gives us 1 strength that we lose at the end of this turn. So you are going to be hitting us for 4 again. That is not ideal. That's 1 energy spent. I think we're going to just take a bit of a pounding this turn. Let's use this. So this is 4 damage because we're using the strength. So we add 1 to this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're down to 10. And that's 2 energy used. That's this gone. Then let's use just 1 defend. That's all I've got that I can put out. Not ideal. It's the best I'm going to do though. So that's our last energy. We can discard all of you guys. Now, is there a benefit? The most I can do is 6 damage. It's not like it's worth doing. We're going to take 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouchie. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We could really do. We're going to get 2 shivs. We could really do with our unload. There it is. So we've got 3 energy. We use this to play 1. It means we do 2 damage. So we're down to 8. Plus, you are going to take 2 damage for each one of these. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Because they do 1 damage from the get-go, plus 1 damage for this. So down 8 points to 0. You are dead. So really powerful attack if we can get these out. But we obviously took a bit of a pounding whilst standing face to face with the Lagavulin. You know, the old Lagavulin. Okay, so that's you done. Let's get you over here. Let's get you over here. We do get some rewards, which our rewards are 2 coins. There we go. It'd be nice to go to a shop at some point. We get 1 relic. Be nice for this to be a heal. This is the smooth stone. If we get a 4, we can put 2 block on any player. So if we roll a 4, we're now in a place where we get 3 block. Huge. And we get an upgrade to a card. So let's get you out of the way. And we'll take these. What have we got? We've got accuracy. Your shivs deal an extra 1 damage. We've got backstab, 2 damage plus 2 damage if the enemy is at full HP. And finisher, deal 1 damage for each other attack you played this turn, including shivs. I think we have to go accuracy, right? Your shivs deal 1 extra damage. If we've got those out, that's 3 damage per shiv potentially if we get the timing right. If we have strength, it's even more than that. So that feels like the right thing to do, although we're probably a little weak on the block right now. Okay, next up we have an encounter, which is Bonfire Spirits. You happen upon a group of spirits dancing around a large bonfire. As you approach, they turn to you expectantly. Offer, remove a card. If it's uncommon, heal 3 HP. If it's rare, heal to full. If it's a curse, lose 1 HP. Well, we're definitely going to take you up on this, and I think it's just going to be a standard strike. I think. I mean, it makes the most sense because we need the block. So we're going to get rid of you. It's uncommon, which means it's 3 heals. Oh, hold on. Uncommon is grey, right? Sorry, is blue. I believe. I'm pretty sure uncommon is, I think the cards that we've got are just common, which is not ideal. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Common, yeah, so we get nothing if we do that. If we get rid of a, let's get this back in our hand, if we get rid of a blue banner, which I don't think we really want to, if we get rid of a blue banner, that helps us. If we get rid of a rare, we don't want to do that. I think we just have to pass it. It doesn't help anything. I guess if we remove a card, if it's grey, it does nothing, right? So let's get rid of you. That's the way I'm interpreting that we can still remove a card. It just doesn't give us any benefits. We're now here, which gets us to heal. 1, 2, 3. This could be rough. I'm not going to lie. We now have the slime boss. So slime boss is going to do a few things. The slime boss, first of all, starts with 22 hit points. Let's get these out. 22. On death, at the start of the next round, summon a large slime spike, a large acid spike, and a spike slime. Sorry, a large slime, an acid slime, and a spike slime in that order from the summon deck for each player. So even when we get you down past your 22 hit points, you're then going to start hitting us for even more. Right, first things first, you're going to put some dazes in our deck, or some acid spit in our deck, which is basically going to put in our discard pile, and we have to use energy to exhaust them, otherwise they stay in there all along. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We roll the die. We got a 6. A 6 means we can trigger the ability on any one of our cards. There's no point us taking that. We could take strength. We could take once per combat. We get an extra 2 energy. And it might not be the worst shout, because we've been somewhat... You know what? I don't think I need it, actually. Right. I don't think I need it. I'm going to take a strength, I think, because all they're doing is putting some stuff in our deck. First things first, we are going to play... Apologise that you might not be able to see all of these. I'll put these over here for now. We're going to play Infinite Blade, which gives us 2 shivs at the start of the turn. We don't have any, so I am going to just tuck this one up here, just to remind me. But we played that, we're down 1 energy. We are going to play Dagger Throw, which is another 1 energy, so that puts us down to 1. It's doing 4 damage, so 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 18. We draw 1 card, and then we discard 1 card. Let's get rid of the defend we just drew. And then there isn't much point in us doing anything else other than, we use this, other than putting out a strike, which is just 1 extra damage. There's that done. All of these cards go over here. That's the end of our go. Now his go, he is putting 3 of these in our discard pile. So you can see here, these 3, the top action is what we're interested in. We put those over here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Let's get back to 3 energies. Roll the die. He is going to hit us for 3 and put some more of those things in our deck. We rolled a 3, which does nothing for us. This is once per combat gain if you played a power this turn. I don't know if we had to use that. I'm going to say we chose not to use it, and you can use it at a different time. I don't know if that's true. At the start of the turn we get 2 shivs. You're hitting us for 3, which I don't like. Okay, we do have our unload, which is going to help, but okay, let's play accuracy, which is another power, which is going to take us down 1, but then give us 2 because we're using this. Let's play our acrobat. I'll put this over here. Acrobat is going to allow us to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. The only problem with this is going to start gumming up our deck. So let's have a think about this. We played one card, which took us down to 2. We then got 2 energy, which got us here. And then we played another one. So we're down to 3. We got Blade Dance, which is great news. We're going to put that out. So that's 2 more Shivs. This could be a big turn, although he is going to hit us for a lot. So that's down to 2. Then we're going to play Unload. So all of our Shivs are going to do 2 damage. Sorry, we're going to do 2 damage, so let's do that first. Then all of our Shivs now do 2 damage plus a damage over here, so they're doing 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's down to 3 hit points. Huge. That was another energy, right? I think I've got the energy right, but I'm not 100% sure. We are going to get hit, and it is going to hurt. But I'm going to throw out, let's put you over here. I'm going to throw out, I guess, 1 defend to try and deal with some of this damage we're about to take, because we've still got some extra enemies coming our way. Okay, that's all of these done. These go over here. We're going to get 2 of these at the start of the turn, so I'll just plop these down here. Now, you're hitting us for 3. That puts us down to that and 2 damage. And we pick up 2 of these cards that also go in our discard pile. Now, we start to draw. We've got 1 card, so we are going to have to pick this up a shuffle, and we might find that we have no cards to play here, which could be really rough for us. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What have we got? We've got 3 energy to begin with. We've got a roll of the die, which gives us a 4, which means we get 1 shield and another 2 shield. We're up to 3 block. You are doing 6 damage. We didn't draw, we drew 1, so we could get rid of you. We didn't get enough to kill the thing. Can you believe it? That is really annoying. Okay, let's play you. So this is a 0 cost card. 2 block, 1, 2, plus 1 if you have a Shiv. We do. We're maxed out on our block. So I guess we're going to play a strike, which brings us down to here. We'll play another strike, which brings us down to here. That's 2 damage. Put us on that. And then I'm going to discard this one over here. Last card we had in our hand was a defend. Okay, you go over there. It's now your turn. You're hitting us for 6. We have 6 block. That brings you back up to here. Hopefully, we're going to get something that we can finish on. We can finish them off with a potion, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Right, what have we got? Okay, we do have an attack. On death, at the start of the next round, summon a large slime. So we just need to hit him for 2, right? So we can do that. First things first, let's play Blade Dance. That's going to get us 2 Shivs. We also would have had another Shiv, which we can't get because we would have got 4 at the start of this turn. 2 for this and 2 for that, which we can't get. So that would equate to 1 damage. But when we do 1 damage, that actually means 2 damage. So you are dead without us having to do anything because the extra Shiv would have hit for 2. And therefore, that brings you down to 0. So let's move these out of the way. Okay, and it said, hold on, it said here, on death, at the start of the next round, summon a large slime. So I'm just going to tuck this up here for now, and let's find those slimes. I think they're in here. So we need a large slime. There's a spike slime. There's an acid slime. And there's a large slime. Oh, God. This is not great. They're not going to do anything this turn, and they go in this order, so... You're 10 and 2. You are acid slime. You're on 5. And a spike slime is on 5 as well. Got a lot of Shivs, so we might be able to take care of these, but we can't do anything to them this turn because they're not on the board yet. Right, so we played this, so we're down to 2 energy, and we've got our 2 Shivs out. There's no point in me doing anything. I'm going to play, No, if I had... Oh, here we go. I'm going to play this, which is Dagger Throw. It's going to do 3 damage to no one, but it's going to allow me to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, in the hope that I can then use my last energy to get rid of one of those. I didn't roll the die. Not that it really matters. It's a 5. I would have got 1 block, but nothing was happening that turn. You go over here. We draw 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this is the end of the turn. So at the start of the next round, he's summoned his slimes. They're now there, but we get to go first. Let's roll the die. So we got 6, which means you are doing 3 damage and putting those in our deck. You are doing 2. Oh, this is rough. You are doing 2 damage, and you are doing 2 damage as well. We've got a few things we can do though. So 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not great, but we did get this, which is great. Okay, let's start with our deal 4 damage potion, and let's do it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our potion gone, but we've got that out of the way. Then let's do our deal 2 damage to any row, which is all of these. So 1, 2, you're dead, and 1, 2. Okay, what have we got going on here? I've got 2 of these, which are a bit painful. We're still taking 5 damage. I've got a 6, which means I can trigger any relic, so I'll give myself 2 block, which is this one over here. What have we got that's going to help us here? I mean, I could kill, I suspect I can kill the big bad. This will get us down to 0 energy, right? I think. Well, I can't remember what I've used. What did I use? Have I used anything yet? Yeah, I must have done, because I've only got 3 cards here. Oh no, I just put these down. So I haven't used anything yet. I've used our potions. So I'm on 3 energy, right? Sorry about that. Right. In which case, let's do unload on the large slime. So that's going to be 3 damage, 6 damage, 9 damage, 12 damage, which is enough to kill you because you're on 10 exactly. So that's done. However, if we read this card, it says use all of your shivs. So that goes as well. Okay, so that's that. All of our shivs have gone. I would have got 2 more at the start of a turn, right? I would have got 2 more at the start of a turn, which means I could have attacked that one, but I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to play 1 defend, which gets us up here. And I'm going to play 1 of these to discard it. That's the end of my go. I think I would have killed them, but let's just go through the motions. You're attacking for 2. We've got the block. However, you are putting 1 of these at the top of my draw pile. I get these 3 cards, plus we shuffle. 1, 2. And then we just need to be able to do 3 damage. So we can't do any. Okay, the good news is, this should have been in there. This should have been in the discard deck, but it's fine. We get 2 shivs to begin with, and we do 2 shivs damage, which is 2 damage each, in which case you are down to 0. We actually drew nothing that did any damage, but we could have discarded some cards and drew some new ones. But that is Act 1. We have killed the slime boss. There's a few issues in there. I apologise for the errors, but as I say, it's one of those with board games that I think you just have to deal with the mistakes and try not to make them again next time. So we can get rid of all of these because they're all dead, and then we get our reward. So we get 3 coins. So I'm going to put this over here and get rid of 2 of these. We get a boss reward. We actually draw 3 of these from memory, and you get to keep 1. Let's just check that's the case. I'm pretty sure it is. Rewards. Reveal 1 boss relic per player plus 1. Reveal 3 instead if playing solo. So our relic rewards are a Snicker Eye, a Holy Water, or the Ring of the Serpent. So we have Snicker Eye. We roll a die. If we get a 1 or a 2, we draw 2 cards. If we get a 3 or a 4, we get energy. If we get a 5 or a 6, we get days. We have Holy Water. Place 2 cubes at the start of combat. Remove a cube to gain energy. So we can use that to use energy when we need it. Or start of every turn, draw a card. It's a tough choice, you know. It is a tough choice. I think I might go with the extra card. It just helps us get cards out there that we might need, right? Especially having some cards in our deck that we want out early on. So let's get these back at the bottom of this pile. And that is us done. Apart from, we get one of these, which is our golden reward deck. Hopefully something nice. What have we got? Tools of the Trade. Start the turn, draw one card, then discard a card. So it's a power. Every turn we're going to be able to draw an extra one and then discard one. That's pretty nice. I'd like to be able to get rid of some cards from our deck. We go back up all the way to maximum health. We're in a reasonable place. I apologise for some of the mistakes. Hopefully I caught all of them, but if I didn't, I'd love it for you to let me know what I've got wrong, what we've got right. We'll be back, I guess, with Act 2. We'll keep going. We might not get very far through it. We're back to full health. But we've got some cards. I'm a little bit worried about our defence. But here we go. We'll do Act 2. Hopefully that'll be a fairly sort of hefty video, because we'll get all the way to Act 3. And then we can unlock some of the Ascension stuff. I haven't really talked about this, but in the game there are, I printed these out rather than write in the book, but there are Ascensions. So you can see I've unlocked the Ironclad ones. One of my friends was playing the Defect. I haven't played the Silent. So whenever we finish a game, as long as you get to I think the second boss, you get to unlock these, and it adds some extra cards to your deck. So once we've done that, we'll unlock those. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what I got right, what I got wrong, if you like this, if you didn't like this. All of those things really help. As I say, this is my first playthrough, probably only my fourth go at Slay the Spire, the board game. I really like it. It's a great game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. We'll be back with another video. We've got unboxings, we've got playthroughs. Hopefully there'll be some reviews and some how to plays coming up as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.